Hi, how are you today? I'm Kelly Lee, and today we're going to talk about your soul vibration and your vibration level and how it is your unconscious operating system. But first, come in, say hi, let me know where you're from and everything, because today's message is going to help you understand why you're having difficulty communicating with other people right now. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Kelly Lee Sappenfield. I'm a fifth generation metaphysician, soul evolution coach, speaker, and author. And one of the things that I was shown in a very intense spiritual experience was not only the levels of human consciousness, but how we raise our levels. And that is what we're here for. Our main purpose is to grow our soul's vibration. If I can speak today, right? To grow our soul's vibration and to raise our vibrational level, right? To evolve. And everyone's vibrational level is their unconscious operating program. We all, when push come to shove, we all operate from our soul's vibrational level. So, how many of you right now have been like, I just don't understand where this person's coming from. I try to talk to them. I'm not getting through to them. They're not making sense. I can't believe that they're saying these things. How could they have this view? How could they think this way? And to put it in a human perspective, my grandmother would say, you can't put an adult's head on a child's shoulders. Or you can't sit there and expect a kindergarten student to be able to do calculus before they even learn how to add. And that goes to our soul's vibrational level also. At any time during history, there is a specific pattern of the levels of consciousness that are currently inhabiting human form on this planet at any time. And it doesn't matter how the population of the world goes up and down throughout time, it's still going to stay at those percentages. So when you're a light worker and you're in that 15% of mystics and masters that encompasses the entire world, but you have someone in your realm, whether they're a social media connection, a family member, a coworker, you're going to have people in your realm that are not in that 15%. And a lot of times as light workers, we feel like we're banging our head up against the wall, trying to communicate with someone, but we're talking at them from our level of vibration. Instead of saying, oh, okay, they don't understand me talking at my level of vibration. Let me try to speak at their level of vibration. And when you get even in the realm of being close, then all of a sudden they can hear you. They can understand you. And you don't feel like you're at a headbangers concert trying to communicate with someone, and you just feel like it keeps going over and over their head. I know you felt that way. And right now, with everything that's going on in the world, be it politics, be it COVID and the pandemic, everything that's going on right now in the world, it's really showing people's unconscious operating system, where they're vibrating from. And so you cannot put that mystic's or master's head on the soul of someone that's in group consciousness, or the soul of someone that's in mental consciousness, or any of the other conscious levels. And I'm not going to go into all the conscious levels today. In fact, when you work with me for the year, I teach it to you. That's one of the things I teach. But when we're talking about our vibration, understand that your vibration is what walks into a room, be it the internet rooms right here on Facebook Live, or Zoom or Skype, or physically in a room. Your vibration comes in before you come in. How you react and act to someone else is your vibration reacting to their vibration. How many of y'all have ever met someone and before you were ever introduced, you may be halfway across the room, you're just like, yeah, no. I don't know what it is about that person, but yeah, no. It's because vibrationally, there's such a disparity that it rubs you the wrong way. And if they are at a vibration where they can do harm, you pick up on that energetically. And I know a lot of mystics and a lot of masters want everyone to be on their level. And I understand that. But that's not what Earth was made for. And so when we communicate to each other, and you have that person, you have that relative or in-law or friend, and you're just like, where are you even coming from on this? Take a moment and stop and say, maybe I need, as the light worker, to show them the light by showing them that I can communicate where they can understand me. Instead of just saying, I cannot believe you think this is real, or I cannot believe that you believe this, or I cannot believe that you would think this way. And I know a lot of people are like, you know what? If people don't agree with me, I'm just unfriending them and I'm just ignoring them. That's not a light worker. A light worker is meant to shine their light. That 15% of the world is meant to shine the light for the other 85%. It's just like having a mentor in school. You work to achieve to become like your mentor. It's the same thing when it comes to our soul vibration. The lower vibrations, and I don't mean lower as in less than, I mean lower as in, think of a radio dial. Someone vibrating on 95.5 is going to pick up this station, and someone vibrating on 107.7, let's say, is going to pick up that station. You're not going to be picking up both stations. So the person at 95.5 isn't any less than or greater than any other place on the scale of soul vibration. It's just that they haven't evolved to the point that the person that is vibrating at 107.7 on our example of a radio dial. Now, tonight, I'm going to be speaking at East West Bookstore out of Mountain View, California, and I'm going to be talking about the 4 key ways we raise our soul vibration. And I'd love to have you join me. In fact, I'm going to put the link in the comment section and you can click on it and you can join us tonight. It's at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. But you can join us from anywhere in the world. That is the great thing about Zoom. And so you click on that link that I just put in the comment section, and you can join us at East West Bookstore about the 4 keys to raise your vibration. Because you can purposely raise your vibration. You don't, even though it's your unconscious operating system, you can consciously work on raising your soul vibration. So please join us tonight at for the 4 keys at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, or if you're in a different time zone, you can do the math and figure it out. And I believe there's But it's open for you to join up to an hour before we go live. So if we go live at 7 p.m. Pacific time, you need to get your spot before 6 p.m. Okay? But when we're talking about our vibration, being our unconscious operating system, and you don't quite understand, okay, how do I know what my unconscious, how do I know how how would I even know to begin where I am on the scale of evolutional when it comes to my soul level? How do you react when things get really raw? So if all of a sudden something happens and you automatically react a certain way, how is that? And look at your friends and family. When push comes to shove, how do they react? How do they act? How do they handle a situation? You know, years ago, there was a guy, I believe it was Kansas City, Missouri. They killed a guy for a pair of tennis shoes. He wanted a pair of tennis shoes. The guy wouldn't give over the tennis shoes, so I killed him so he could have the tennis shoes. That right there shows you his soul evolution level and where he was vibrating from. Because a mystic can do no purposeful harm. I'm not saying they won't accidentally, unintentionally hurt someone's feelings or do something, but they'll never do it intentionally. You're not going to get an army of mystics out there to go after and be violent against somebody because they want a pair of tennis shoes, right? So when you think about this, get an idea. Okay, how do I react? And if you're not real sure, ask those closest to you. Say, no judgment here. Just when push comes to shove, how do I tend to react? Okay, now let me learn. Because if you're here in human form, you can still raise your vibration. There is no one here in human form that cannot raise their vibration. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be incarnating here on Earth. So then you take it, it's like, okay, how do I purposely raise my vibration? And how do I purposely raise my vibration so I don't have to be pushed and shoved from spirit to do it and life get really uncomfortable? Because when you're purposely raising your vibration, let me grab a drink of water real quick. I don't know about you, but allergy season is in full blown mode here in Texas. And having not lived around flora and fauna for 3 years and coming back and living around flora and fauna again, whew, my allergies. Anyway, so think about it. If you had a choice, okay, Spirit, I'm not going to evolve unless you force me to. Spirit's going to say, okay, you want it the hard way? We'll do it the hard way. I've done things the hard way. It's not fun. Nope. Did not appreciate it. I understand. I was the one that was saying, nope, I'm not going to do what you're telling me to do. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to listen to that. I don't want to learn that lesson. And Spirit's like, okay, you don't want to learn the easy way? We're going to present it to you in a way that forces you to learn this lesson. Or you can do it in a productive way to where you have fewer and far that are in between of those really hard knocks that really set you back. Because when we come into this world, we pick our lessons that we're not only going to learn, but we're going to teach. And within those gives us the opportunity to raise our vibration. So Sometimes I'll be the first one to say, I'm like, can we renegotiate this to my guides and angels? It's like, yeah, I know I said I wanted to do this before I incarnated, but now maybe not so much now that I'm in human form. But it doesn't work that way. So really look at how you operate. What is your unconscious operating system? Because that tells you where you're vibrating. And you know that your energy speaks. Because anytime you walk in the room, you're like, ooh, who's that person? Yeah, I think I'll stay away from them. Because energetically, whether you're matching or not, everything is energy. Everything is vibration. And the key is your soul vibration is evolving it, is expanding it, is growing it, is being as a light worker on the leading edge of the creative creation that we are. And sometimes you're like, this isn't so fun, having to be the light worker. But once we get to the point that we are the light worker, we are that 15% of mystics and masters. We've agreed to take on the duties of being a light worker. And light workers not necessarily are all in the spiritual community being light workers in that sense. You can be a light worker and be a doctor. You can be a light worker and be an attorney. You can be a light worker and be a teacher. You can be a light worker and be in many different professions. Because we need light workers everywhere. The days of once you evolve to a certain level that you're like the yogis of old that would go up in the mountains, go into a cave and never come out again. Those days are behind us. Our jobs as light workers aren't to go and be in a cave and separate ourselves from society. It's to be in society, to be shining our lights as bright as we possibly can. And so let's keep continuing to purposely raise our vibration as opposed to unconsciously just going through life like you're in, well, what was that game? I'm having a brain fart. The game where you pulled the pin and the ball went all around the place. Just bouncing off each thing. Pinball came through. So think about it. I really want you to think about where you're operating from and if you're consciously raising your vibration or if you're just going through in an unconscious form of raising your vibration. Because this is the number one reason. There's a whole heck of a lot more reasons, but this is the number one reason you incarnated, is to raise your soul vibration level. So this is above all else. And then join me tonight with East West Bookstore via Zoom. I've got the link in the comments. Please join us because I'm going to tell you the 4 ways, how you use the 4 ways to make your life operate so much smoother, so much easier, to where when those things happen, you're like, oh, okay, it happened. Instead of, oh, well, what now? Because the rug was just pulled out from under me and I don't know what to do. I don't know about you, but I really prefer not to have the rug pulled out from under me. It's not fun. And you know what? I like to have fun. I like to enjoy life. I like to live life. I like to experience all the things that this life has to offer. And if I'm having the rug pulled out from under me all the time because I'm too hard-headed to consciously raise my vibration and consciously work on what I set out to do, then life's not going to be that fun. And I'm not going to be doing the things that I really want to be doing. Instead, I'm going to be taking care of all the things I've refused to do. And a lot of the things when you're in that position, it's not that you've refused to go to the grocery store. It's that you're refusing to do your spiritual work. So like I said, please join us at East West via Zoom, 7 o'clock Pacific time. You get your ticket, I believe, though, by 6 o'clock Pacific time tonight. And I will see you there. And in the meantime, always expect miracles. Take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.